work on pea plant. Mendel took 7 pairs, as I said earlier, 7 pairs of contrasting characters in Pisum sativum. What are the characters? So, one is a dominant character, and another is a recessive character. There are 7 pairs of characters, dominant and recessive character. What is the phenotype? Number 1, stem height. See, tall is the dominant character, dwarf or short is the recessive character. Second, position of flower. Axial or axillary is the dominant character, terminal is the recessive character. And flower color, purple is the dominant character, white is the recessive character. And pod, fruit, pod shape, inflated, dominant, and constricted, recessive. And pod color, green is the dominant character, and yellow is the recessive character. And the seed we have 2 characters, seed shape, round is the dominant character, wrinkled is a recessive character. Then cotyledon color, color of the cotyledon, color, yellow is the dominant character, green is the recessive character. You see, as far as the pod color is considered, green is the dominant character, but cotyledon color is considered, green is the recessive character. These were the 7 pairs of contrasting character studied by Mendel in Pisum sativum plant to propose certain principles of heredity, and now which is called Mendelism. Some terminologies used by Mendel. Alleles, homozygous, third, hybrid, fourth, homozygous, will take pure breed, homozygous, dominant, homozygous, recessive, and heterozygous, dominant. These are the terminologies used by Mendel in his experiment. What are alleles? A triad or a character has two expressions. If you take height of the plant as a triad, it has two expressions. One is tall and another is dwarf. So, the height of the plant is controlled by two factors. For tallness, for instance, if we take capital T, and this is an allele. For dwarfness, we will take small letter t. For contributing the height of the plant, these two together contribute or work together, and these two are called alleles. So, a triad is expressed in two ways, and the two factors which are expressing a same character. Two expressions of a character are controlled by two factors, they are called alleles. So, here capital T and small t are alleles for the height of the Pisum plant, Pisum sativum. Then what is a pure breed? A pure breed is one which has identical alleles, capital T, identical. For expressing a character, two alleles, either identical or unidentical are required. A pure breed can be capital T representing tall, or small t representing dwarfness. These two are pure. When, as we mentioned earlier, capital T and small t are together, this is an hybrid. This is pure breed, this is hybrid. So, two factors or two alleles, different alleles are together here. So, this one is called hybrid. And what is a homozygous dominant? So, this hybrid is a dominant plant. See, homozygous may be dominant or homozygous may be recessive. If a homozygous allele, but dominant allele are alike, this is called homozygous dominant plant. And if the homozygous plant has two recessive alleles, this is called homozygous recessive alleles. When do you call an allele or gene dominant or recessive? When two factors, capital T and small t are together, the character of only one is expressed in one generation, the character of another is not expressed. The one whose character is not expressed is recessive. The one whose character is expressed is dominant. So, the alleles are dominant over one another. One is recessive, another is dominant. Here, this is dominant to small t. This is recessive to capital T, capital T. Then, what is the homozygous, heterozygous dominant? Heterozygous dominant will be having capital T, small t. This is not homozygous. The alleles are not identical. Here, as I said earlier, capital T and small t are together, and whose character is expressed? The character of the dominant allele is expressed, so the plant is tall, and so this is a dominant hybrid. These are the terminologies used by Mendel in his work on Pisum sativum plant. Mendel's laws of inheritance. So, Mendel in Pisum sativum plant Pisum sativum made mono hybrid crosses and dihybrid crosses. Based on this experiment in monohybrid crosses, he formulated two rules. One is law of dominance. And second is law of segregation. And the law of segregation, these two principles of inheritance, laws of inheritance or laws of Mendel's are based on his experiment on the monohybrid crosses in Pisum sativa. What is law of dominance? Law of dominance, as law of dominance states that a character, as I said earlier, a character is controlled by two factors. For tallness, capital T, for smallness or darkness, small t, small t. See, before meiosis, before molecular basis of genetics, before the knowledge of cytology or developing, Mendel stated evidently that in the somatic cell there are 2n number of chromosomes. By luck, he took a thing like that in his experiment. So, he stated factors exist in pairs. When gametogenesis takes place, only one will enter into the gamete. So, this is n. So, luckily he stated like this, that made him a pioneer in this work. So, here as I said, the law of dominance, two factors are there. This is considered to be dominant, this is considered to be recessive. This controls a character, that is tallness. This controls a character, small t controls a character called darkness. In after gametogenesis, if these two are coming together, if this happen to be the male parent, if this happen to the female parent, the gametes are fusing and a zygote forms like this, capital T, small t. Out of these two, only one can express his character in F1 generation. Law of dominance. This was stated by Mendel's generalization. This is the Mendel generalization. Only one factor can express its character, that is, this is a hybrid tall. So, when two factors are there, only one factor will express its character in F1 generation, that is called dominant character, and he stated this as law of dominance. According to law of dominance, out of two factors, the factor which expresses the character is called dominant, another is called recessive. Then law of segregation. You take the F1 individual, in the F1 individual there are capital T and small t, and this is hybrid tall. So, whose character has been expressed? Tall and dwarf. The character of the tall plant has been expressed in F1. The character of another plant has not been expressed, that is recessive, suppressed. But see, in the F1 generation, tall plant, tall hybrid, when it is selfed, capital T and capital T, capital T and small t, selfed in the F2 generation, tall plant and dwarf plant, both are found in the F2 generation. What does it mean? The factor for tallness, factor for dwarfness are together and they are not blending with each other. Darkness is not expressed, suppressed. However, its effect is there inside. When in F2 generation, by the time of gametogenesis, the capital T and small t segregate from each other, separate from each other or segregate from each other, and that is called law of segregation. And so, the gametes formed from the hybrid are always pure, either capital T or small t. So, the law of segregation is otherwise called law of purity of gametes. Law of purity of gametes. These are the two laws proposed by Mendel, laws of inheritance or heredity proposed by Mendel based on his monohybrid crosses in Pisum sativa. Monohybrid cross. He selected a tall plant whose genotype is capital T, and a dwarf plant whose genotype is small t, small t. This is pure breed tall. This is pure breed dwarf. Pure breed tall, pure breed dwarf. These were selected as parent plants. how do we know if this is pure breed or hybrid? If a plant is selfed for many generations, if it produces its own kind after 3th, 4th generation, it can be considered as pure. In that way, he selfed the plant and obtained the pure breeding tall and pure breeding dwarf. And these were treated as parents. And in this is considered as female. Tall plant was considered as female, dwarf plant was considered as male. Actually, Pisum sativum is a self-pollinating plant. Bringing crossbreed or hybrid between these two is very hard, for which he made emasculation. Sometime earlier I stated the term emasculation. He emasculated these two plants. What is emasculation? Removal of anther. Removal of anther is called emasculation. So he removed anther from this, and he removed anther from this. He removed anther from this and made it female. And he picked up anthers or pollen grain from this plant and sprinkled over the stigma of the tall plant. And you consider this as a gamete, and here you consider this as a gamete, female gamete. And we get a plant, this is a gamete and F1 hybrid. We get an F1 hybrid, that is capital T, this one and this one, capital T and small t. This is a hybrid, F1 hybrid. This is F1 hybrid. Here this is hybrid. The character expressed is tall. So hybrid tall. And he crossed, self-pollinated this, capital T, small t. If you allow without disturbing, it will self-pollinate. What will happen? It will produce two types of gametes like this, capital T, small t, and here capital T, small t. Before going into detail of this, there is some more thing. Here this is hybrid tall, this plant is hybrid tall. Hybrid tall, he thought the character of female parent has dominated here. Female parent is tall, the hybrid parent is also tall. So he thought that the character of the female has been expressed. So sex of the parent has an influence over the inheritance of character. He thought like that. So he made reciprocal cross. We will talk about reciprocal cross. This was also done by Mendel to make some clarity. So in the first experiment, capital T, this was considered as female, and small t, this was considered as male. In the reciprocal cross, capital T as male, small t as female. He crossed, he got capital T, small t, again hybrid tall. So what is reciprocal cross? You would clearly notice that in the first experiment, tall plant is female and dwarf plant is male, and the F1, all the F1 were tall. He thought that the parents have influence over the inheritance of character. The tall parent has the influence to express this character. So he changed the second experiment, changed the sex of the parent. He treated tall plant as male and dwarf plant as female, and again the result was same. From this we understand, he explained very well that the sex of the parent does not have any implication over determination of character in the F1 hybrid. So for this he used a reciprocal cross. So it's over. Next, the F1 individual is self. It produces two types of gamete. It also produces two types of gamete. And to express this in afterwards, Reginald Punnett, this was actually not made by Mendel. Reginald Punnett explained this with his checkerboard. So, capital T, this is considered as male and female, capital T, small t, this is F2 generation, capital T, small t, and if these are crossed, capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and small t, small t. This is tall, homozygous tall, heterozygous, this is hybrid, is pure tall, hybrid tall, this is hybrid tall, this is pure breed dwarf. So, in this, if you see phenotypic ratio, phenotype external appearance, in this we have, he got in the F2 generation, he got 1064 plant, out of which 787 are tall, 277 are dwarf. So, this indicate this number is threefold more than the dwarf plant, and so tall plants were 3% and dwarf plant 1%, 3:1. So, phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio, external appearance is out of 4, 3 of them 3% is tall, and out of 4 only 1% is tall, dwarf. So, this can be stated shortly 3:1 phenotypic ratio. What is the genotypic ratio? If you see here, pure breed only 1%, that is genotypic ratio. Pure breed is 1, that is 25%, and hybrid 2, that is 50%, and again pure breed dwarf is 1%, that is 25%. So, this can be stated as 1:2:1. So, the monohybrid ratio, monohybrid genotypic ratio is 25:50:25, that can be written as 1:2:1. So, phenotypic ratio is 3:1, genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. So, this was Mendel's monohybrid cross experiment on Pisum sativum or pea plant. Next, an F1 hybrid, we will talk about test cross and back cross. What is a this was also done by Mendel. What is a test cross or back cross? We will say test cross. What is test cross? Test cross is one crossing F1 hybrid, crossing F1 hybrid with recessive parent, crossing F1 hybrid with recessive parent is called test cross. Say a F1 individual usually in a monohybrid cross will be like this, and if it is crossed with a recessive parent, one of the recessive parent, this is dominant parent, this is recessive parent, small t, small t. This will produce, you see here, this will produce two types of gamete, capital T, small t. This will produce only one type of gamete, small t, only one type. If we cross this, we will get Punnett checkerboard. This is F2 generation, this is gamete, F2 generation. The test cross, this is also called heterozygous. Since this is heterozygous test cross. There is homozygous test cross. If capital T, small t, capital T, small t, as we, small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, here small t, small t, small t, small t. So, what is the result? Here 50% tall. This is tall, this is tall, this is dwarf, this is dwarf, and 50% of the plant were dwarf. Genotypically, phenotypically 50:50, this can be written as 1:1. So, monohybrid test grass ratio. Monohybrid test grass ratio is 1:1. One hybrid tall, one dwarf. And next is test cross homozygous, with the homozygous individuals. An F1 hybrid is taken, which is supposed to be having capital T homozygous tall, and it is crossed with small t, as we said, it will produce two types, only one type of gamete like this, and here only one type of gamete, small t. If you cross, you will get in the F1 gamete and F2 generation Punnett checkerboard, capital T, small t, get capital T, small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, capital T, small t. So, all will be tall. So, if the organism, the individual taken is homozygous, all the F2 individual will be tall, homozygous. If this is, that is why it is called homozygous test grass. It is heterozygous test grass, in which an heterozygous individual is crossed with a homozygous recessive plant, and here a homozygous F1 plant is crossed with a recessive plant, and here the ratio is all tall, as we get in F1 hybrid, and here the ratio is 1:1. So, we would say that the monohybrid test cross ratio is 1:1. See, test cross, there are two terms, test cross and back cross, as stated by Mendel. What is test cross and what is a back cross? The test cross is one which is made between the F1 hybrid with recessive parent. And the back cross is one, this is test cross. Back cross is one where F1 hybrid is crossed with any of the parent, either any of the parent, either dominant or recessive, dominant parent or recessive parent. So, we have completed about Mendel's work, Mendel's principles, and also monohybrid cross and monohybrid test crosses and back crosses. In the next class, we will discuss about dihybrid cross and hybrid crosses and Mendelian modified ratios.